but we're going to go swiftly on to the next speaker, who's an amazing person, an amazing family. It's Alberto Candiani from Canadiani Denim. Unbelievable family, unbelievable guy. Honestly, this guy, his family is so transparent. One of the first mills ever to open the doors to the public and for designers and for other people and competitors to come and have a look at what he's doing, and completely transparent. And they've also made some revolutionary fabric in the last few years. Won the ITMA award for their regen fabric with like TENCEL. So many great things that Alberto is doing. Welcome. He's a great friend of the foundation, also a founder of the foundation. So we thank him for his time, especially because he's always somewhere special. Whereabouts are you now? Are you back in Italy, or are you in LA?
I'm back in Italy. I'm in Milan, in the office.
In the office in Milan. Okay, cool. Thank you, but I won't keep you much. I know we've run over by five minutes, but welcome. Alberto is a fourth generation. His family have been in the trade for a long time. If you happen to ever be near like sort of Malpensa Airport, do reach out to Alberto, who will open the doors and show you his mill. I'll leave you to it, and we'll see you back in about 20 minutes. Good luck, sir.
Thank you very much, Mo. As always, super kind introduction. Well, yes, the doors used to be open, and then, you know, COVID came and made everything a little more complicated, but we hope next year we can host another event so we can open the door to our customers, to the press, to curious people, denim lovers, denim heads, competitors, yes and no, but I mean, honestly, I just can't wait to reopen the mill to the public in a normal and safe way, of course. So I was meant to talk about something very interesting, which Andrew asked me about, and is the denim industry fit for the future, or denim manufacturing that fit for the future? And my honest answer is not really, not where we are today. And the denim manufacturing industry wasn't really planned even to think of the future. It has been originally studied as take care of the present, because the present means there's a lot of demand. There's a lot of demand, so offer has to increase. We were looking at denim, and I'm talking in the 900s, of course, as a commodity. It did become a commodity. And when you produce commodities, you're not looking at the future. You don't think of the future. You think of the present, how to make more, make more, and make more. So before I show you something about, I share something about my personal vision, I do want to share. This is not really the Canadiani Vision I was going to present, but this is something that really caught my eyes a couple of days ago. This girl showed up at the Louis Vuitton show in Paris, and there you go. Overconsumption equals extinction. And this is certainly true. It's just a stage that I find very funny. Of course, you want to take advantage of the Louis Vuitton show and catwalk to make noise, but really, do you really want to go there to make that statement? Overconsumption equals extinction? I mean, Louis Vuitton, those guys, we're talking luxury. We're not really talking overconsumption. We're talking super rich people buying whatever they want. And normally that shit doesn't get overproduced anyways. Maybe the fake versions of it will, but not the real shit. And what's really interesting to me, and trust me, I fully agree with the fact that overconsumption equals extinction. And then I'm gonna go back to the idea of denim being a commodity. But I would like to know what kind of shoes, what kind of jeans, what that girl is wearing. I'm talking about the girl showing that message, because quite frankly, you shouldn't be there. You should be outside of one of those chains overproducing, one of those mass market type of fast fashion retailers. They're overproducing and not really at Louis Vuitton. But again, for some reason, we still have these very, very weird understanding of who's the bad guy, in the fashion industry. And once again, Louis Vuitton doesn't even represent the fashion industry, and certainly doesn't represent the concept of overproduction or overconsumption. But that being said, let me jump to my actual presentation. The Canadiani Vision. We stopped thinking of denim as a commodity a long time ago. And the reason why is because we completely lost our competitivity. We produce in Italy certain conditions, which, you know, just the workforce here, labor is about 30% of our cost. So we cannot compete globally with those guys producing at $2, $3 per yard or per meter. So we had to specialize. And initially we specialized in something very strange. I'm talking about the 80s, and I'm talking about stretch denim, which was something my dad really liked, because in a way wanted to create a more feminine type of fabric. And of course, we didn't invent stretch denim, but my dad was the one researching into it, and probably was the first one to deliver good stretch denim, meaning with good performance, with good touch, definitely more feminine, sexier, something which helped the denim industry to evolve towards the fashion industry as well. So our specialization started there. Most of our competitors thought that stretch denim was just a trend and wasn't gonna last. Obviously it did. It wasn't just a women type of thing. Of course, men's are probably wearing more stretchy stuff than women themselves today. But then, of course, we realized that our research and development took us somewhere very, very special. We were no longer doing that type of commodity fabric that was used and abused by the mass market. So we found ourselves playing a different kind of league, and that league was certainly more related to the fashion industry, and the premium Californian denim industry showed up in the early 2000s, and our fabrics were a big part of that, and big part of that success. So we reinvented our production according to different standards. And those different standards were, of course, innovative products, innovative processes, new performances, and obviously aesthetics should never be compromised. So we had to make beautiful fabrics with beautiful colors, with beautiful touch, with beautiful end feel, and again, and obviously all the technical physicals have to be in place. But in the same time, I mean, this is something probably you know already, because I kept repeating this for years. Candiani is located in a nature reserve, and being located in a nature reserve, the actual territory challenged us in order to create better products, and even to implement better processes. And better means cleaner mostly. The nature reserve here doesn't take much shit. I mean, it's super strict. We're located in Italy, in the European community. The environmental rules are the toughest in the world. And the nature reserve loves to make them even tougher. So talking about my dad was like, come on, here we're losing our competitive advantage, because it's true, we make special stuff, but the costs are going higher and higher, and we have to keep investing, you know, in new machines, equipment, and processes that we need to perform in a way that no other mill in the world has to perform. So all those investments were paid off, thank God. All those investments were made at the right time. And we learned that to make better fabrics doesn't necessarily only means nicer with better performance, but mostly means cleaner. And we melted in the nature reserve, and we became just one thing with the environment itself. And myself, I started to design and engineer fabrics according to what the end of life problem could be. And as we know, most of the stretch fabrics out there can't, they can be recycled at some level, maybe once, maybe twice, but the remaining parts, the waste, all of that, even the scraps, so I'm not just talking post-consumer type of waste, all this stuff can be somehow downcycled to things which are not so useful. And so the vision changed all of a sudden, and we started to make biodegradable and even compostable kind of fabrics. Again, looking at the end of life. And the reason why we're doing this, it's not just because you can throw in the compost in the trash bin your pair of jeans once you're done, because ideally you should return them to those guys. They should be able, they must be able today to recover as much as they can from those garments, meaning they should be able to recycle those garments into new fibers, and then the remaining leftover, the remaining waste, in the case of many Candiani fabrics, can be addressed to agriculture as organic fertilizer. So this is giving you a different type of approach to what? To design in first place. So going back to the original question, does denim manufacturing fit the future? No, because it wasn't designed for that reason. And this is why we changed our design in terms of industrial apparatus, in terms of processes, in terms of product. And this Canadiani Vision cool graphic shows you a little bit where we're going. So we start here where the little Canadiani flag is in the green. And again, of course, we source cotton globally. We do source about 35% out of Brazil and 35% out of Europe, and the remaining 30% can be West Africa, could be India, other places. But what we're trying to do here is to establish a new kind of transparency, because we, even though it's not very easy and sometimes not even very smart to go direct to farm, we want to amplify our visibility towards the farmers. I believe that's also a great part of the storytelling of what we do. Of course, here we included a little Evea tree where we get our rubber. So we were in Coreba. When I was talking stretch fabrics, the evolution of stretch fabrics, we specialized so much that at some point I started to research into a bio-based solution, and it landed on this new, special natural rubber that, again, not only doesn't interfere with the natural capability of cotton to biodegrade or to go compostable, but in this case, this specific ingredient, Coreba, makes this fabric even regenerative, adding phyto-regenerative properties, which are super, super interesting. Again, here all the fiber waste gets recovered during the spinning process. Then in the dyeing, obviously, we invested a lot in the Ketotex patent, which Candiani bought. So we are dyeing and we're sizing our yarns with natural polymers, which are also biodegradable, and they contribute to the purification of the waters. And then again, it's not just about the ingredients. Of course, chitosan that originally came from shrimp shells. Since we bought the patent, we decided to focus on fungus origin chitosan to keep it vegan, but mostly we didn't really like the actual food chain related to the shrimps. And that's a long story, but again, we go fungus to keep it bio-based, to keep it biodegradable. So adding smart ingredients that are replacing ugly stuff, like in this case, we're able to replace PVA, polyvinylic alcohol, and the common polyvinylic alcohol are honestly creating microplastics, and they're polluting the waters. And then once again, it's not just about ingredients, it's also about the energy that we save during the weaving, or the energy we're able to create during the finishing and redistribute around the process through vapor, or again, the water we're able to recycle during the finishing, and it goes back into the process. So this whole thing is about feeding back. Here, the circle is not just one circle. Here we're looking at a double circle that looks like the infinite symbol, obviously, and that tells you it's not just circular, but it's also regenerative. So basically, once we're done with the fabric and the fabric becomes a pair of jeans, And obviously, in our case, with the micro factory we now have in Milano, we love the idea of fighting overproduction by producing what's basically custom ordered. So it's like kilometer zero, made in Italy type of story. Obviously, we would wash this and process this if needed, because many people like it raw. With the smartest technologies, and once again, we're able to trace and honestly share whatever we use here to make the process, so it goes into the shop, and then you can use and wear. And even the idea of use and wear is very much related to consumption. When you consume something, normally you consume it to the end. And what does the end mean? It means, well, return that fabric when it's done after you've been repairing it, because the original purpose of denim is to be a long-lasting fabric. So you just want to extend its lifespan, and durability should be the third sustainable feature for a pair of jeans. So repair it, you can even embellish it, if you will, to change its face a little bit, but at the end of its life cycle, you should return it. So again, recycle it, as I mentioned before. It's very important. You can go mechanic, you can go chemical. It's so important to recycle garments into new fibers. But again, what about the waste, or what cannot be recycled? Well, that can be addressed to agriculture as organic fertilizer. And this is the Canadiani Vision, and this is the regenerative or circular model that we have been adopting here, and we are developing in order to scale it to 100% of our production within 2030. I believe I said enough. I've been talking very quick, as always.
So don't worry. Alberto, obviously, you very kindly, you've been sponsoring like Ravensbourne since the start of the Denim project, and once again, you're sponsoring this year as well. So these lucky students who are here are going to be able to use some of your amazing fabrics. So I wanted to thank you on behalf of the university for that. There are some questions quickly, so let's just answer one. Massive respect to Alberto and the Canadiani family. True. Okay. Hello guys, great job. Everyone's just saying thank you. Really, there's no many questions, but obviously, if you do have questions, do send them anyway. Send them to the foundation. Especially if it's a question about Candiani and their fabric, Alberto or someone from the foundation will actually reply. So go onto the Transformers Foundation website. Do ask questions. Alberto, thank you for your time. That graphic was awesome. It was so cool that you explained it as well.
I can share with you. I can share it with the guys. And again, it's a pleasure to support Ravensbourne and your program. You guys are doing an amazing program there. I'm really glad to be part of it.
No, we really respect you a lot, and we thank you for your time. And you're a very busy guy. To get you to speak to our students is awesome. And we'll see you again, hopefully very soon. And sort of like stay safe. Amazing. Super.
Ciao.